Hello everyone, this is Bro JD. First of all, if you've been watching the previous videos, thank you. And if you would like to know where we're heading next and what we will be eating when we get there, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We were in Bali for 6 days, and quite honestly, it felt a bit too short. If you think there are places and dishes that we might have missed from the previous episodes, please comment it down below because we cannot wait to go back and hopefully we can include your recommendations in our next Bali trip. Before I show you where we are heading next, I would like to share some travel tips from my own personal experience as a Filipino traveler who is based in Cebu. First things first, if you have a Philippine passport, Indonesia is visa-free for 30 days for Filipinos. This means that we do not need to apply for a visa to enter Indonesia. Of course, as always, e-travel registration is required. So download the eGov app and register for your e-travel. You can do this as far as 72 hours before your trip. Also, Indonesia has an online arrival card which you need to accomplish before you arrive. Let's talk about flights. There are multiple daily flights to Bali from Manila. However, if you're from Cebu, unfortunately, we don't have direct flights. And personally, my wife and I, we do not like connecting in Manila. Immigration there can be quite stressful. Besides, our airport here is very beautiful. The international airport in Cebu is also less crowded. From personal experience, our immigration process is less stressful. If you don't want to have a layover in Manila, you can book a trip to Bali via Scoot and it will connect in Singapore, or you can book through AirAsia and that will connect in Kuala Lumpur. So upon arrival in Bali, there will be money changers and ATMs. We did not bring US dollars for exchange, but we did withdraw cash from the ATMs using our GCash Visa card. For all other transactions, credit card is widely accepted in Bali. Next is getting around. So there is Grab in Indonesia. Once you land in Bali and get connected to the internet, the Grab app will automatically update itself. There is another app called Gojek and a lot of other videos and reviews and travel tips will tell you that Gojek is cheaper. However, in my case, because I don't want to download another app and create another account, we decided to just go with Grab. If you will be staying for a few days in Bali, it would be wise to subscribe to Grab Unlimited. This is not sponsored, but it's only 9,000 rupiah, which is around 31 pesos. And that already gives a discount to all the rides and even food deliveries that you will be booking for your entire stay in Bali. And that kind of closes the gap, the price gap between Grab and Gojek, which is good. In order for Grab to work, obviously, you would need internet connection. There is internet at the airport, but of course, you're going to need internet when you get out of the airport to go around the island. There are SIM card stalls that are in the arrival hall where you can buy SIM cards at the airport. However, in our case, we decided to book eSIMs. If you have an eSIM compatible device, booking an eSIM through Klook is simpler and it's also more affordable depending on the data that you need. You can actually buy for a specific country, like on this case, we could have just bought a SIM for Indonesia. However, Klook offers SIM packages for multiple countries. Like on this case, because we knew ahead of time that after Indonesia, we will be going to another country in Southeast Asia. We booked the Southeast Asia SIM, which is valid for 5 countries. We actually picked the more affordable plan. It was 1 gig per day for 10 days, but it's very affordable at 380 pesos. For us, that 1 gig is enough to stay connected while roaming around the island. And then at the end of the day, we can always just connect to the hotel Wi-Fi, which is high-speed, unlimited internet anyway. What's so convenient about these eSIMs is that you can install it even while here in the Philippines. You know those times when you get stuck in the tarmac because the plane is still waiting for whatever gate? At least you already have internet while sitting at the plane. When the immigration lines are long, you already have data. You can already check on whatever you missed for the past 2-3 hour flight that you had. Social media or even your emails, and while waiting for your baggage you already have internet because the SIM card stalls will be after baggage claim, so that's still much later. So if you have an eSIM capable device, I really recommend an eSIM. For hotels, as I have shared in previous videos, we booked a nice resort in Seminyak. This was supposed to be a 28,000 peso per night plus taxes and fees, which we were able to book for a very low price of only 12,000 pesos for 3 nights, 4,000 pesos per night. But that came with a catch. If you would like to know more about that, watch the previous Bali videos. For the second half of our trip, we transferred to Ubud. We really enjoyed our villa in Ubud. It was a private pool villa at Ashanti Villas. Very beautiful. It was peaceful, even if it's a walking distance to the city center. And the best part of it is that it was only 4,400 pesos per night with breakfast included. And we booked that via Klook. In addition to that hotel reservation, we also booked our activities through Klook. The first activity that we booked was a customized Central Bali tour. And I really recommend this, especially if you're traveling with a big group or a family. And also if you have limited time in Bali, because this will get you to a good amount of places within one day. Big shout out to our amazing driver, Arta. You are the best. We also booked a cooking class in Ubud. This involved going to the market early in the morning, getting familiar with the ingredients that they use in Balinese cuisine, and also learning to cook the Balinese food. Then you get to enjoy everything that you cooked for lunch. And it was only 1,100 pesos, around 1,100 pesos per person. And by the way, the teachers were so amazing. So I'd like to also give a big shout out to our teacher, Yogi. The last major activity that we booked in Klook was a massage at the Ayusha Spa. This one is a bit on the pricey side, but if your travel goals is rest and relaxation, this is really the way to go. Just imagine getting a body scrub and a massage in the middle of the jungle with the flowing river as your background music, the nature all around you. I will put the links to all the specific activities that we have booked in Klook in the description below so that you don't have to get lost in the app trying to search for which activity we actually used. So just click on the links at the description below to go to the specific activities and the hotel that I just mentioned. We have been traveling the Banana Pancake Trail since 2012. That's 14 years. And whenever you look up at the Banana Pancake Trail, you'll see all this list of cities and places in Southeast Asia that is supposed to be part of that unofficial list. And we have always decided to skip Bali. I've always thought that why would I go to Bali when I live in the Philippines? It's also an archipelago. We also have a lot of islands. We have a lot of good beaches. What would be the difference when I go to Bali? So that's why we've always skipped Bali. We've gone through the other countries and cities in Southeast Asia, but I've always skipped Bali. When we finally visited Bali, we were proven wrong. It was not the same at all. We share a lot of similarities in the way we look. We always got mistaken for Indonesians. We also have very similar words. Outside of those similarities, there's a lot of stark differences. The cuisine is quite different. The places are different. In the Philippines, it's old Catholic churches. In Bali, it's Hindu temples. And the nature, it's so well preserved that for a place that is so touristy, you can still see so much of the nature. And I really wish that it stays there for years and years and decades and centuries to come. But what I really like most about Bali is the people. Outside of, Arta, our amazing tour guide, Yogi, our cooking class teacher, almost everyone, every local we have stumbled upon in Indonesia, from security guards to cashiers to Grab drivers to receptionists, front desk, market sellers, everyone. It's just so warm and friendly. If you've been to Vietnam, And don't get me wrong, because I love Vietnam. I've been to Vietnam for at least 7 or 8 times, and I will be in Vietnam again very soon. But if you've been to Vietnam and you compare the chaos like of Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh and the people versus the warmth and the calmness that you get from the people in Bali, you'll know what I mean. And then it's probably why I just fell in love. It was truly relaxing to be in Bali. Then the people made sure of that with the way that they treat you everywhere. I said this in one of the first videos that I come from a place where we are known for hospitality, but I have to say Bali probably does it better than us, or at least on this trip, that's how I felt. I really fell in love with Bali and I can't wait to go back. And I will go back very soon. But for now, we're moving on to the rest of this trip and we will stop over to another country before we head home to Cebu. So we'll see you in that next stop.